good morning. Welcome to our FlossTube. Today is March 5th, 2025, and we have a new Lori release. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Nashville Needlework Market and just some of the things that are on my list to stitch. And we do have some really fun stitching that Cheryl's doing. So I'm going to start off talking about Nashville Needlework Market. So if you guys don't know about that, it is an event that's once a year. It is in Nashville, and it's for stores to come and buy different products. So Denise, Cheryl, and Alicia are going. This year I'm not going because my daughter has her very last dance competition of her life, I guess, which is really sad. So I will be with Emma. But basically, if you watch the FQS X Stitch social media on either Facebook or Instagram, you will see all kinds of photos of the different booths. And if you go to our website, we have a link directly to the Nashville Needlework Market items, and that is in the description box. So everything we talk about today is in the description box. But basically, they're going to go, and then Monday they're going to start loading. So all throughout next week, we're going to be loading new products. Some of it is shipped to us, some of it we pick up. And I would just buy as soon as you see. I wouldn't wait to load all of it just because there is going to be a lot of it. In 2 weeks, which is March 19th, I'll have a premiere of everything we bought there. Now, by that time, some items might be sold out. I'm actually going to be on spring break with Emma that week. So I'm going to pre-record that next week. So some of the stuff might be sold out. So I just encourage you to stay up to date with our What's New page, and you could click, you could save the link to the Nashville Needlework Market, and that would help you out. So I am going to start with Lori's new stitch cards. So she's on stitch card X. So there's only 2 left, Y and Z, and then we're done with the stitch cards. And we do have something, this shipped to members, to club members already. And if you're not a club member, now you can buy it. This is a paper pattern only. And these blocks are based on different quilt blocks in her Prairie Home book. So these were stitched by Cheryl on oatmeal 25 count Lugana on the modeled side. We are working on having a thread pack available. It should be online in the next couple of days. We're just waiting on one SKU to arrive. And then we do have something planned for all of the stitch cards. It's probably going to be the end of this year, early 2026, where we do a sampler where you kind of pick and choose what you want to stitch. We wouldn't stitch all of them because 26 times 4 is 104, and that is way too many to stitch all in one piece. But so now we have the paper, but if you're in the club, you should be getting it any day. The thread pack will be online in a couple of days. These all have a stitch count of 40 by 40, and I'm excited about basically, I've seen the drawing of what Lori is planning to do. It's super cute, and it's not like, okay, you just put all the stitch cards next to each other. It's really cute. It's got some cute, it's where you can really customize it, and so I think it's really cute. So this is a bonnet, a wagon, a house, and a flower. And then these are colored similar to the quilt. And yeah, this is Vintage Country Mocha. It's oatmeal or Vintage Country Mocha, either one. And then now I'm going to show you kind of what I've been stitching on and then what is on my stitching agenda. And by the time you see me next time, I will probably have all of it stitched because you will see me live in 4 weeks. So I was actually hoping to have this done. Here, take that so I don't mess it up. I was actually hoping to have this done by today, but I'll tell you a little funny story. It rolled back up. Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. So on this one, I started this last week, and what I did is I outlined everything. So I had outlined the tulips, the letters, and then this is my favorite part, so I'll do that last. So the first thing is, Jordan, can you zoom into this? I have a question. I think I might undo this and make that antenna right there. Like right here. I think that should be 1 strand instead of 2. I think it looks too fat. It looks too thick. So that's one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change that. So basically, I was hoping to have this finished. So Emma had Dan. I'll tell you the whole story because it's a funny story. So do you want to? Should we show the photos? No, we shouldn't show the photos of the hotel. No. Okay. So this is my story for last weekend. The weekend before was great. I went to Hurst, Texas. And my brother, his wife, my niece, and her boyfriend came and watched Emma dance. That was all fun. No problems with hotels. But it's, a long weekend. It's 4 hours there, 4 hours back. Then the next weekend we go to Conroe. 4 hours there, 4 hours back. So I left on Friday at like 1:15, and I was like, oh, that's plenty of time. So I show up, and my daughter has a lot of anxiety. I mean, I don't know where she would have got that from, like, right? She's exactly like me. So I pull up, and literally when I park the car, she's like, are you here? And I was like, yeah, I just got here. She's like, well, we need a hotel room. She goes, our hotel's not ready. And I said, okay, well, just let me check in. So I take all my stuff, and I was going to go to dinner with some of the parents. So I was running late. It was already like 4:20, and we're supposed to have dinner at 5 because they dance at 7. So like I'm trying to fit all this in. And so luckily for the first time ever, because I'm really bad with hotels, I checked in the night before on the app or the website or something. So my room was ready. So I take all my stuff, go to the room, and I open the door. And I cannot tell you, this was like a dive of all dives. And I can stay somewhere dirty, but I was freaking out. And it was just me, because like all the moms weren't there. They were all stuck in traffic. And then one of the moms was texting me, and she was like, my toilet isn't even attached to the floor. I can't even sit on the toilet. Anyway, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I can't stay here, because I'm immediately thinking bed bugs, and I'm a germaphobe. So I was like, oh my God. So then Emma says, well, we have to go in your room because we have to get ready, and our rooms are not ready. None of the girls' rooms are ready. So I was like, okay. So she put all her stuff there, and I left, and I went to the hotel, and I was trying to do the Amex app on my phone. I couldn't get it to work. And I was freaking, I was just like, my anxiety was just going higher and higher. And finally I texted Denise, and I was like, Denise, I would do anything, use my Amex card, get me a hotel room here. Because I couldn't get anything to work, and Kevin was driving up there. So he couldn't get me the hotel. Anyway, so Denise saved the day. And then, so then we go to watch her dance and everything. In the whole entire high school, internet didn't work. I've never even seen this code. It was like I don't know, it said something like satellite. Anyway, the internet didn't work. So I didn't have internet all weekend. But then I stayed in a decent hotel. We got it all worked out. But what I was going to say, why I started this story, is I was hoping to get this finished. But Kevin came with his parents to the dances. So she has 7 dances. So he came to the one Friday night, which was great. He got there on time, luckily. They were running late, so that actually helped us out. He came to the second dance on Saturday, and I was like, oh, because I like to sit in my car and stitch. So I didn't have any time to stitch because he was there all weekend. Anyway, but I did get to eat at Chicken Salad Chick all by myself. That was really exciting. So anyway, I'm going to have this finished. I'll probably finish it by Friday. So I've got that, and then I'm going to show you what else I'm going to work on. When I use batting for cross stitch, what do I use? A lot of times Denise uses Soft and Stable or 80/20. If you want something really thick, that Soft and Stable gives you that. Okay, so this is Word Swap Bakery, and this is the only one that if you weren't in the club, you have to buy separately because now the club is all done. So this one's super cute. It's gonna really be mainly these colors right here. And then these will be more accents. like this blue is just an accent to the mixer. So if you wanted to, you could just buy these 4 colors and then just pull from your stash for these if you want. So this one is available as a paper pattern, a PDF pattern. We did just get a shipment in of the whitewash board 14 count. We were waiting on it forever because I was waiting on it. So now I have the tulips and then the bakery, and then I'm hoping to have this one done probably next week. And I'm going to finish it the same way that Priscilla and Chelsea finished theirs. So that's on my list. The next thing I have is 2 more blooming roots. So we're gonna just let's see. So this one you're obviously gonna see that I'm gonna change. So blooming roots, I am doing all of my blooming roots on the 14 count pale gray gingham, and I'm just stitching the house, right? So I'm just stitching that part. So the house, I was looking at this. So this is the house. So obviously all of that's great. There's about a 0 chance I'm stitching with these. I'm keeping them in my bag because then that way I know, I always want to know with what they started with. But these little flowers at the bottom, I'll turn them pink, and I will just pull from another bag. Whatever, I keep like a little small box and all my bags are in it, and it stays in my car, and I'll just pull from another bag because it'll be tulip place or something else. It'll be pansies that are not pansy colored. And then the other one that I have is, and these don't take me very long. These take maybe like 5 hours maybe. So this one, now this is where you can see, I only use a little bit of the 4-leaf clover. These are left over from previous projects. So I keep all of that so I don't have to always buy. But the house is going to be the deep blue sea. These are also, you can tell these are leftovers because they have my little leftover pieces. The door's red. And you can tell actually all of these are leftovers. Black coffee, see, they're all leftovers. So this one I didn't really have to buy anything, I just had to buy the fabric. So this one's Daisy Drive. So Daisy Drive goes first and then Pansy Patch. And these are the ones that I am putting in the white shabby chic 4.5 inch frame. So those 2 are on my list. And then this one, this is my favorite one for the year. This is my monthly mini village. And I just wanted to show you my bag because this is what ends up happening. So April just arrived, I think like last week. So all my fabric pieces are cut. They're actually at home. But this is how this is what ends up happening with all of my thread, is it just becomes a mess. So basically I keep this as my thread bag for the whole year. So when I go home, what I'll do, pull my fabric, pull another bag, and then just pull from here what I need for this one. And then these are for the other months. And I keep this one in one of these bags that's see-throughs because when I see it, I just know, okay, these are my threads. And this is cute. It has little bunnies, 2 pink houses and 2 blue houses. Super cute. And this is my favorite one to stitch right now. I'm stitching mine on 14 count beautiful beige. And this is her model is stitched on 16 count, and all of these patterns are available separately, and you just buy them separately. Now at the end of the year, once we have all 12, I'll sell them as a set. So that is my April kit. Can I show the project bag that Pansy Place is in? Yes, Lori made this. Oh no, Teresa made this. So this is a panel. Wait, what is this? Was this a panel?
I believe so.
I think this was a bag panel by Lori Holt. And so, yeah, this was one of Lori's bag panels where, see this right here, it's all one piece. So it's a bag panel, and Teresa just followed the video on Lori Holt's channel, and then she just stitched in the ditch. And these come with the bag on the panel. And this, I can tell you, is soft and stable. I love soft and stable because it's really like heavy duty. So that's what she used on that. I don't remember the name of the panel. Okay, the next one that I'm going to work on, and this one I'm behind on, is the seed packets by It's So Emma. So this is the one that I was telling you what I'm going to do. I'm starting on the left, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, I'm going to do mine. This is Natural 14 Count Rustico by Witchell. Okay, the bag that I just showed you was made from the Zippy Bags 2 panel. And it's kind of like a home deck type fabric, so it's thicker. So this one, I'm going to take 3 of the flowers. Tulip is going on the left, and then it's going to be a surprise for the other 2, but they're all pink, I believe. Me and Denise kind of planned them out. They're pink, and basically I'm going to start over here and go across. Now, I have not decided how many stitches I'm going to do in between. I'm just going to stitch 1, and then I'll probably just like visually figure out what I want to do. D says yes, 1 strand for the B, so thank you. I don't use a hoop. I stitch in hand. Okay. So then now I'm going to show you Cheryl's progress. So hopefully all of that will be done by the time you see me in a month. Okay, so this one we've shown you, I think, twice before. This is called Love is the Key, and it is by Teresa Kogut. This is 36 count Affogato by Fiber on a Whim, 1 strand over 2 squared with called for floss. So do you want to zoom in? Do you think you could zoom in? Or will it go blurry? Look how pretty that is. Yeah, that's good. So you can see the 1 strand, and look how neat her backs are. So she's kind of like, you know, she's probably a little bit more than halfway done. So that is Love is the Key. And Cheryl uses, with hers, she uses either the Nerge hoops or the Morgan snap-in hoops. The next one is the St. Patrick's Day Quaker pattern by Primrose Cottage. It's a newer pattern that came out this year. This is 32 count vintage smoky white linen, 2 strands over 2 squares, and she's using called for floss. This is a really cute photo. I still don't know how Cheryl can see all these holes. Like, to me, when I look at that, I don't see any holes. And then this one is a brand new start. This is the March Daffodils pattern by Prairie Schooler. And so she started this one right here. It says, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. And so she's kind of got this part done. She's using called for floss. This is 32 count hand-dyed Lugana. She pulled it from her stash. She's using 2 strands over 2 squares with called for DMC. You know what's so funny when I think about Cheryl stitching? Okay, one thing about me, I can't remember what I did yesterday, and that's not a joke. Like, I can't remember half the things I do because I go. If I was Cheryl, I would be like, half the time I'd have 2 strands, half the time I'd have 1 strand, half the time I'd do 1 square over 2. I wouldn't have a clue. I would have to have like a list of notes of what I had to do. There's no way I could even remember any of that. So Shout out to Cheryl. Oh, one thing I also wanted to show you is she uses, when she has these big pieces, she, this is going to be small. She keeps this whole thing. And then she cuts it down after. And then I had talked about earlier in the year that Cheryl is going to be doing 25 ornaments for 2025. So I don't think she's finished any yet. Do you? That one. Okay, this one's finished. So this is the first one finished. This is the second one. This is the St. Nicholas pattern by Prairie Schooler. This is 20 count vintage country mocha on the mottled side. One square, and it's Ada. One strand. So she has the first one done. She's starting the second one, and then she's gonna just pick. Obviously, there's only 8 here, so she's gonna pick from the other Prairie Santas, and throughout the year we'll see them. And then I'm sure when she's finished with them, we can see all of them. And then now I'm going to show you new items that we have in the store. The first thing that I'm very excited about is we've been adding frames to our store, and earlier this year we added the Shabby Chic 4.5-inch frame, and that's really fun because that is what I've been framing all of my blooming roots in. And then we got this one done, and this one is called White Beaded 4 3/4-inch square frame. So this from here to here is 4 3/4, the opening, and it's got this really cute beading. And we made a limited number. They're kind of expensive to make since we do small quantities, but we did this one specifically for Stardust. I was trying to make sure I said the right word. Stardust, which is going to start really soon. May. I mean, we are in March. So soon. And we're going to kind of stitch from one end to the other end, if that makes sense. So I'm excited because we got the frame in on time. And then we got this is it's a riser, whitewashed wood riser, whitewashed wood stand. And so this is 5.5 this way and 9 inches this way. And it's the same. So basically all the whites match from the first frame to this frame to this frame. And what we have this one for is so that you can put your like that. Like obviously this doesn't look great because it's white on white, but you could put something else on it. It's just a way to display your cross stitch, a cute way. So that's new, and then you can really see the beads from here. Super cute. We have new patterns from Stitching with the Housewives. We have spring roundabouts. This is carrots. And garden hare. And then we're ending the coffee. So there were 4 coffee patterns from the Sideways Stripper series. And it was fresh brewed, and this is how we brew it. And I have seen a lot of these finished. So you coffee lovers must love it. Now the next pattern that I'm going to show you is, Jordan's going to show you, is the 2025 Schooler Santa. So we haven't seen it, but they we could buy a certain amount. So we have that pre-sold for Nashville. Once it comes in, we're going to ship it out to everybody, but I'm sure that this weekend they will get to see it in person and show it on social media. But I mean, you can see it's got a little horse and a little heart. So that is for pre-sale. Shepherd's Bush came out with the Love Mini Bag cross stitch pattern. And we do have the buttons from Just Another Button Company on order, and we do have the charm on order from Lady Dot Creates. And this is on the gray bag. Little House Needleworks has 2 new patterns. One is Farmhouse Kitchen, and one is Bits and Pieces of Spring. So this is super cute how she finished that on like a fabric board with, what is that called? The thread where you twist it.
Cording?
Cording. Sorry. What did you say, Jordan? Rick Rack. No, cording. Okay. And then Tiny Modernist has new patterns. Spring Tradition Sampler, it says, "Ah, spring, seasons of new beginnings, when tulips bloom, birds sing, and the world comes alive once again." Twilight Moon. The Snail Rider. And this one's going to be super popular, Vintage Paris Pincushion. And so this one's really cute. She put this one in like a wooden hoop, and then she put the little pom-poms behind it and glued it down. Okay, so now I'm going to answer questions. You've said Kevin is the one who does the purchasing. Does he ever go to these markets? Okay, so he does do, okay, so all the fabric purchasing, me and Kevin do it together. The cross stitch, he doesn't have anything to do with. He doesn't know anything about that market. Quilt market and H&H, we used to go to all that stuff a lot, but with the age our kids are, it's really, I don't want to miss anything. So if my kids have something, which usually they do, we don't go. It's also not as fun to go anymore now because everybody, we used to just go, it was fun, we could buy. Now we go, somebody wants something. Everybody wants something. So sometimes we don't like to go anymore. But he doesn't do much with the cross stitch. He does with any of the notions we develop. But quilting, we split the fabric. And the notions, I do the notions and the patterns. I'm looking for a 14 count light pink. Do you have any suggestions? We have one on order that's been on order forever. It's called Blush. It's not, there's Touch of Pink, which is pretty dark. Barely Pink is on order. And then there's one called Blush that's really good, but it has been on order for like, I want to say 3 months. But I could just search, just search Kimberly's light pink or pink Ada or light pink Ada or rose Ada, and there should be some to pick from. When will the next Stitch Quarterly be released?
Hopefully next week.
Hopefully next week. So on the Stitch Quarterly, just so you know, we have like, there's different things come from different vendors, and so we release it when that very last, there's always one little last item that comes in late. And so all of that, we design it it's a very tight turnaround, so we just have to wait for that last item to arrive. How do you control your fabric when it's a large piece? Let me see one of my bags, and I'll show you what I do. I can show you what I do on the tulip. Yeah, on the tulips. It's not really that large. I cut mine really to size. I know what Cheryl does is she wraps it up and she uses the cloth biddies. Is that the right name? Mm-hmm. What I do is I use these thingies. Oh, Clover Wonder Clips, I think. Mm-hmm. So if I'm stitching here, okay, let's just move this needle out of the way. So let's just say I'm stitching right here. I do that with my Wonder Clips. and then I stitch. What Cheryl does is she uses a hoop or something like that, and then she uses the cloth biddies to control the fabric. The cloth biddies are like little magnets. When will I have another mystery pattern? I don't know.
The Christmas mystery, the 41 comes out.
Oh yeah, okay, so we have a Christmas mystery and an autumn mystery, so those come out in the summer. Is Cheryl using called for colors on the Santas? Yes, and she loves the colors from Prairie Schooler, and very rarely does she change those colors. What is my favorite cross stitch chart from Nashville Needlework Market?
I know you like the bumblebee etchings by Heart and Hand.
Yeah, I like the bumblebee etchings from Heart and Hand. I usually like Heart and Hand. There's nothing that's like sticking out to me this year. I am excited about, there are new Classic Colorworks threads and new Weeks Dye Works threads, so I'm excited about those just because I like to have new threads. I do like that little Paris chart that I just showed you from Tiny Modernist, but it'd probably be Heart and Hand. Does Needleworks have a new series? That we know of, no. The two that I just showed you were all we know of. She has, I think is it 3 new colors? 3 new Classic Colorworks flosses, and then 2 Belle Soie flosses. So those are new. And they're kind of like, they're on our website, click to be notified, and they're more of like a romantic pink green type color, like very like romantic type colors. I didn't show Beatrice from Stitching with the Housewives, but you can make a needle minder of her like the snowman and witch. Can you click into that? The other one? Okay, Carmen says, you didn't show Beatrice from Stitching with the Housewives, but can you make a needle minder like the little Lori Holt snowman and witch?
It's a new one, but
It's
not in yet.
It's not in yet. It's the bunny, right?
Yes.
Oh, I could ask her. I mean, it's probably too late to do it. We'd have to do it for next year because it's already going to be Easter, and those take like a couple months to come in. And I will show that when it comes in. If I tea or coffee dye a modeled Ada, if it's too light, would you lose the original modeling of the fabric? I don't think so. But it might overpower it. I don't really know. I would say I don't know. Denise is thinking she doesn't know either.
Coffee dye on the model Ada. It's too light to choose.
I think you would.
I would. If it had original modeling on it, I would think you would lose it if you modeled on top of it.
Yeah, okay. So we think you would lose it. Okay, I'm going to show you some photos now. So I haven't shown photos in a while. So this is 2 weekends ago. That is like 11 o'clock at night. I'm tired. That is Emma and her best friend. They got first in their duo, and they are so tired. And then the mom in front. That's one of my really good friends. And then the next photo, that's 2 weekends ago, and that was in Dallas. That's her solo costume, I think. And that shirt, okay, so let me tell you the story on the shirt. The senior moms decided that we were going to do these 1980 shirts off of Etsy. Well, I didn't do it because I was like, I cannot wear that. It's embarrassing. I can't wear it. So then Emma said, is Dana going to wear it? Okay, Dana's the mom that I just showed you in that picture. And I asked Dana, and she was like, yes. So I had to make one. But I did it last minute, and I just used the same picture. And all the other moms have 5 different pictures. And then Emma saw it, and she was like, oh my God, Mom, please take that off. It's so horrible. So I only wore it one weekend because it drove her crazy. And then the next photo is, there is another photo. Oh no. With Kevin's parents. Hold on.
This one.
Oh yeah, Jordan will show it to you in a second. When is the deadline to sign up for Blooming Roots series to get the Daisy Drive pattern?
I would say by the end of this week.
By the end of this week. How will the new classic Colorworks thread fit into the club? Should we order separately? Order separately. So those we order for the club at like before those even existed, and we do the whole year, and it's alphabetical. So I would order those separately. Will I be getting the new patterns from Shakespeare's Peddler or Jan Hicks? Jan Hicks, yes. Shakespeare's Peddlers, I can't remember.
I'll put on my list.
I can't remember off the top of my head. We kind of pick and choose based on what has sold in the past. Okay, so that's all my kids. So that's me on the left, Will, Peyton, so those two are twins, and then Christopher, he's the youngest, and then Emma. Emma is 5'8", 5'7", so those boys are tall. That's Kevin's parents and Kevin. So that was last weekend. So you can see my kids. I know his parents don't really want to be on video, but I didn't take another one without them. What pattern have you used cracked white pine Aida cloth for? I think that one's really nice. You could use that pretty much for anything, because when you stitch anything that's used for like a white, because that's going to get lost. Have I missed info on Make-A-Wish for this year? No. So I just showed you the Make-A-Wish. I'll show it to you again. And it is called Stardust, right? Mm-hmm. Stardust, and it's starting in May. And we do have the Make-A-Wish campaign already set up, and if you donate over $75 this year, we are mailing you a bear separately. Those go out once a month. They ship separately from your other order, but basically this is a thread pack, and it's gonna be a free pattern. How do I get Jan Hicks Market freebie? I don't know.
From Nashville, we go into each rooms
we
and we ask if we can upload them, and if we can, we'll put them to the site.
Okay, so basically what Denise said, I should already have known, but if each designer that wants to give us a free one, if they hand it out, and then Denise will say, can we put this on our website? And they either say yes or no, and if they say yes, then we put it on. It'll go on after the other patterns though. If we were in the word swap, we need to order any new word swaps. Yes, because I didn't want to just keep sending stuff to people, because then people would just be like, oh my God, I thought I was signing up for 12 and you've sent me 20. So at some point we have to close it. So just remember, this weekend you are going to want to be following us on all social media, FQS Stitch, and just look at all the stuff for Nashville Needlework Market. We will be showing pictures of inside rooms, outside rooms, just all the different things. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.